Good morning, Bradley here. Another hot and humid day, I believe. So I'll try to stay inside. Just have a few albums to show today, recent pickups. So I'll try to not to make this too long. The first album, I bought this off of Bandcamp. I ordered it in November of 2021, and I just got it the other day. So that's like 7 months, which they sent me an email saying, it's got to be quite a while. So anyhow, looking on Bandcamp, I came across this. It is Abe Browns, The Confidence to Make Mistakes. This is, well, first of all, 500 copies. This was mastered by Kevin Gray of Coherent Audio and manufactured at RTI. So that should tell you something. It's got a great sound on this album. Abe Browns, he's a drummer. And that's what this is. It's drumming music. That's all it is drums. Abe Browns playing drums. Abe is from Australia. He came over, went to Berkeley, and ended up in LA where he does, I think he does TV and movie work, along with playing on tours with people like Seal and some other people. He keeps busy. So this is drumming, and he just uses an acoustic drum set. I don't think there's any synthesizers on this. Occasionally you'll hear a sound that it may sound like a sound effect or something, but I think that's just a different type of percussion instrument. And this is a good album to kind of show off your sound system, your hi-fi system. If you have a system that doesn't sound that great, put this album on and it'll sound great. So mostly shorter songs, I guess is what you would call it. He gets rhythms going. The sound on here is awesome. It really is. So I think they only made 500 copies, so I don't know if it's still available or not as far as vinyl. Now this second album, I came across this actually on Apple Music probably last year. I think I did check this out, and it sounded interesting. I forgot about it. And last week I was listening and it kind of popped up again. So I listened to it and kind of streamed the whole album, basically going through it. And I thought, this sounds interesting. So I'm talking about Jaimie Branch, and this is called Fly or Die Live. This is a double vinyl album, and it is on International Anthem Recording Company label, which I showed an album a while back. Who was that? Mind blank. But International Anthem Recording, they have a lot of the newer jazz on that label. So, and this would be called new jazz. Similar to in the UK, they have whatever, that new jazz going on. Well, America has their own version of it. Now on the cover here, I don't know if you can see it. There's actual printing on there. I think you can see that, and same as the front. which I did not realize at first. It's kind of like embossed cellophane or something. It's kind of weird. So anyhow, this is a double album recorded live at Moods in Zurich, Switzerland, January 23rd, 2020. 4-piece group. Let's see. Okay. Jaimie Browns, female trumpet player. Excellent trumpet player. She does vocals also, vibroslap. Lester St. Louis, cello, vocals, tiny cymbal. Jason Ajamian, bass, vocals, and egg shakers. And Chad Taylor on drums, vocals, and Mabira. As I said, this is new jazz. I really like this album. It's some of these albums you'll have a saxophone player, and sometimes they get kind of squonky, where there's no sax on here, just trumpet. And it's all, there's a lot of space on here. The bass and the drums play a prominent part in this album, live album. Sounds really good. There's a lot of space, and nothing is out there. It's just good stuff. So kind of like the history on this album, I was interested, so I went on to Amazon, and it was available through a reseller. I think it was like $45. So I'm thinking, boy, I really like that album, but for $45, no. So I went to Discogs, and they have probably 12 or 13 vinyl copies on there for give or take $35. So I was kind of interested, and then I checked Amazon again. Well, they had a Amazon warehouse copy, which I guess is a return, and it was for $11. $11. So I thought, why not? I'll give it a try. Maybe there's a scratch on this or something. Maybe the cover is destroyed. $11, hey, I'll take that chance. And actually, there's just a little bit of, the corners are dinged up. This is kind of thin cardboard. It's thin cardboard, so it's kind of, looks warpy. But the vinyl is super flat. There was one song that had like a couple seconds of just a very small tick. That's all. The rest of it is like mint. So I consider that a good deal. It's worth way more than $11 or $20 or $25. So I feel happy with that deal. The last album, which that's what's been playing in the background here. This was released last year on Mac Avenue record label. And I've said it before, I have a lot of Mac Avenue releases. These are current jazz releases. So this is Kenny Garrett, Sounds from the Ancestors. I was always going to get this, but I just never pressed the button on Amazon to buy it. Well, I finally did. And I'm really glad that I went through with it. So Kenny Garrett, saxophone, alto saxophone. If you're not familiar with Kenny Garrett, basically he's one of the top saxophonists around. He's won, I don't know how many downbeat polls for sax playing, Grammys or nominations, whatever. Just so for the past 25, at least 25 years, he's been a integral part of jazz. So this Sounds from the Ancestors, it kind of gives you an idea. He's kind of drawing back on the influences. There's Cuban, Afro-Cuban sounds on here. Percussion plays a pretty good part in this album. The songs are varied as far as style, which I do like. Sometimes if you get a one album, kind of like the same mood or sound, sometimes that gets a little boring. This is not a boring album. It's a super solid album, really. You can pull any song off of here and it's like, yeah, this is really good music. He does not go, basically he doesn't approach the bounds of out there or anything like that. Just an excellent recording, and it's on Mack Avenue, so it's going to sound good. He does have a song on here which I cannot remember which one it is. It sounds very Coltrane-ish in his Atlantic years. As far as the Afro-Cuban stuff, I think he played with Chucho Valdez, the Cuban pianist, I think. So he's played with him in the past, and there's some of that influence on this. But Kenny Garrett, Sounds from the Ancestors. Check it out. This is a modern jazz album. Sounds fantastic to my ears. So anyhow, that's it for today. I'm going to get a glass of ice water and probably pour it over my head to cool off. Okay, that's all I have for today. I'll see you folks the next time. See ya.